Alright, welcome to another video. Today I'll be looking at top 8 things I think you never died to in Minecraft. Alright, let's start. So the first one you probably most definitely didn't die to is a llama, alright? Makes sense. They don't do very much damage at all with their spit. It does half a heart on hard mode, which I think they can only attack you in hard mode, so yeah. You shouldn't have, and tell me down below if you've died to any of these. But I haven't died to any of these, alright? Maybe one of them actually I have. But yeah, alright, I'll tell about that one earlier. So yeah, you probably have never died to a llama. I mean, it makes sense that you shouldn't, but you might have when you were like really low or something. I don't know. You have to be in hard mode, so you probably know what you're doing. And yeah, alright. So that's the first one. Number 2, you probably never died to is a bee, which this one's not saying, I would say a lot of people have, but it's like one that you probably haven't died to, but I bet some of these people have. Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, it's probably happened before. I mean, they don't do very much damage, but if there's a swarm of them, then you are gonna take a lot of damage. All right, the poison's pretty bad, but the thing is with bees is that the poison only brings you down to half a heart, so they have to go in with a finishing kill. All right, so yeah, you ain't gonna die to a bee. All right. So number 2 is an endermite, which just makes sense because they're really hard to find, alright? I feel like they're a really low chance of spawning, alright? I don't know when's the last time I seen an endermite, alright? I don't know how many times you got to like throw down a ender pearl from the spawn, and they do like no damage, alright? The only real thing they're used for is enderman farms, and that's about all. They're pretty useless, and they don't do very much damage, alright? But it's pretty funny when you have like 100 of them, alright? It's pretty funny, alright? So that's the only thing I like about them. But yeah, I've never died to one because I've probably seen one once in survival, and Enderman probably killed it because I was in the end. Alright, number 3 that you probably, or actually number 4 that you probably never died to is a panda, alright? I mean, they do actually, I think they do a good amount of damage, but they're just that thing that you probably would aggro, but I don't feel like you would die because they're so slow. So you should be fine. I don't think, I've never died to one. I might have, but it was probably purposely. Alright, I don't think I've ever died to a panda, and I'm pretty sure none of y'all have, but I'm not speaking for y'all. Probably might have. One of y'all probably have. Alright, that's definitely one you could have maybe died to. Alright, and number 5 is the snow golem. Alright, this one, I mean, I don't know how. You have to be really bad at the game to die to a snow golem. Alright, I don't know how that's even possible, but they do enough damage to kill you. Alright, actually, I don't think they can't kill you. Alright, I'm pretty sure they can't, but they might be able to, because I know snowballs I don't think they can do damage to players. They might, I can't remember, but I'm gonna add it in here anyways. You can comment it down below if you do know, but I'm pretty sure they don't. Alright, I'll test it right now real quick, but while we're talking about the other one. Alright, so another one that you probably never died to is a goat, which is actually, I wouldn't be surprised if some of y'all definitely died to a goat, because you get knocked off a mountain when you like first started. There's a pretty high chance you're gonna die, alright? I'm pretty sure I've never died to one, but I might have purposely when they first came out, and that's about all, alright? I don't think I've ever died to one, but yeah, alright. Let's see if I do take damage from snowballs. I think maybe in Java you don't, in Bedrock you do. Let's see. Alright, yeah, you don't take damage from snowballs, which is kind of stupid, I don't know. Kind of stupid, but you don't, I guess so. Huh, kind of weird. But yeah, alright. And then also, let's get this over with. Which the next one would be what they call it, silverfish, alright? Actually, I think a good amount of you probably have died from one, because they do a decent amount of damage, but you just don't encounter them very much. And usually, if you made it to the end portal, you probably know what you're doing and probably have some good gear, so you're probably not going to die. But if there's a lot of silverfish, you would probably die. Alright, but I feel like they need to add silverfish in more areas than just the, what's it called? The end, or the stronghold, because they're not very useful. They don't do much. I mean, they made this whole thing where if you accidentally, or you like break blocks in the stronghold, they'll spawn or something out of it. I mean, that's pretty cool, but nobody actually, I feel like I never They actually come out of the blocks or nothing. Kind of weird, alright, but they're decent. I feel like most of y'all haven't died from one. If you have, that's skill issue. I'm kidding, alright. Alright, so let me think. Boom, bang, 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 and yeah, alright. So I think that's all of them that I feel like that you probably haven't died to, alright? I think that's all the mobs I could think of. Honorable mention could be phantoms, but I feel like a lot of y'all have, so I didn't add it, but I might have, but I don't think I've ever. A lot of people are gonna say cap, but nah, I haven't because I always sleep, alright? I'm always sleeping, I'm never just not sleeping, alright? So that's why I probably have never died to one, but I might have, alright? So yeah, I think I'm gonna end here. If you want to see more these kind of videos, then like and subscribe and comment something down below, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Please subscribe.